Hi, I'm Bill Stewart, and here we are in the Stewart shaping room here at the shop. This is my son-in-law, Eric Linus, who is trained to shape surfboards, and we're having a really good time transferring my knowledge to him. And just to let you know, my background, I've shaped all over the world in Peru and France and England and 20 times to Japan. I've been in all these different shaping rooms, and a lot of them are hacked. They're terrible. I usually spend the first day adjusting the room. So what I'd like to do with this video is explain to people what is a perfect shaping room. So once we get into this, you'll see all these little things that matter about lighting. And lighting is a critical thing. So the first thing I want you to understand is, what is the question, what is perfect lighting? I believe this is. And the reason it's perfect is because it's not too white, it's not too black. There's too white and there's too black. What you're looking for is gray. The gray tones in this have to do with the height of the rack relative to the height of the light. So if your rack's too high relative to the light, you got a dark board. If you can't see it, you can't fix it. And the whole idea of looking and doing these little details is your eyes have to see the mistakes. So what we have here is a level set of racks. And these foam pads, what's cool about them, these are actually rainbow sandal foam that was glued on. These wore out and we put a different color on. But the beauty of these is the board doesn't slide around. It also holds position. If the blank's twisted, it'll tell you so because it's hard. If you put soft pads on here, the blank just sinks into the foam and it doesn't tell you if it's really twisted. Your eye can see a twist, but you have to have level racks to be able to see if it is twisted. And then you got to figure out if it's a nose or tail. But these racks, you know, they're about 14 inches across. When you have the right depth, and this is about 8 inches deep, and you got a saddle like this, you can put it on rail when you're block sanding, when you're shaping boards, not by the CNC machine, but by hand. The tilt of this rack and the height of it really matters. So let's talk about this rack. I designed this rack probably 35 years ago or more, I can't remember. And this rack is made out of tailgate material, like for trailer hitches. And it slides back and forth this way. So if you're doing a longboard, you can slide it all the way back like this. And if you're doing a shortboard, you move it all the way in. Also, the height goes up and down, and you can literally level it out. And it's critical to have this at the right height. Now, in my opinion, the right height of a rack is right at your belt. So if it's right at your belt like this, then your arms, when the blank is sitting on the rack, your arms are hanging down. If you go too high up, you'll start lifting your elbows up, and it's pressure on your elbows and your shoulders, and you'll have physical problems if you're a full-time shaper like myself, who has hand-shaped over 40,000 surfboards. Once you do this many, you're going to have a bunch of ailments based on high production. So even when you build a set of racks, if you're serious about shaping perfect surfboards, you need perfect lights. So here we are talking about racks. And see this track right here? If you put a track on the wall and you extend your shelf out past the light, now we put small pieces of wood under here to stabilize this. And this keeps this metal bracket coming through here. This is extended out. The beauty of this is a totally adjustable system. So you can move the light. Let's say you're really, really tall and your belt's higher up, then you need the shelf higher up. Basically what you're looking for is about a 5-inch space from the bottom of this light to that rack. So having it adjustable, any guy that comes in here, one of my shapers was 6'5". He had to change the lighting. So this makes it really easy and adjustable for any height of person that's going to be a shaper. As you know, my son-in-law, he's 6'1", Eric Linus, and he really should adjust the lights, but this really makes a big difference in comfort and perfect lighting. So this is a classic Skill 100 planer. It's been altered, chopped up, and works phenomenal. It's got a loose front end. Now you don't have to have a Skill 100 to shape a board. They have other planers. I love these because they got weight to them. I also have a locking trigger. But what I want to talk about though is how to set up this whole system. So really important is this swivel right here. You got to find one of those, and this fits into here. I just glue gunned on this. It looks pretty sloppy, but it really does work perfectly. So you got to cut the cord, and once you cut this cord here, that way you can unhook this and take it with you. But you plug it in, you plug this in, and have it zip tied onto here. And then there's a track up above that is, I think, from a closet or a curtain like kind of thing. There's a wheel up there on a bungee cord with zip ties around the cord. Eric, if you'd turn on the vacuum real quick. So this thing, you want to have enough slack. See how it tightens up. So when you're planing, it doesn't hit you in the face. Go ahead and turn it off. So it doesn't hit you on the face, but you have to adjust the slack accurate relative to go out to the end of the blank. Now if you look up there, you got a really long board. You see how, I mean, I can do a stand-up paddleboard in here. That's it. It works. It's really good. So Gordon Clark from Clark Foam was responsible for this really cool setup. And what it is, he cut the bottom of this vacuum off, bolted it onto a metal big stand, and he created a drawer that slides out. Now when you pull this out, this aluminum, and you push it back in, the dust all falls into the trash can. Then this closes it off, so when you turn this on, this sucks and seals it so it has a good draw. It's pretty clever.